let's be honest, the majority of the people are just looking for fragrance to garner attention, to garner compliments, to be the standout individual in a room full of people. And the accessibility to a fragrance is super important. They want to be able to last minute run into a store and be able to pick up some of these scents.
It's true.
So in going through my fragrance collection, I was like, damn, let me pick out 10 fragrances that I feel are attention-grabbing, head-whipping scent profiles that'll get you the attention you're looking for.
Look at me!
Now, full disclosure, I'm not gonna sit here and be like, yo, these are the absolute best, but they do have elements in them that will garner the attention that you're looking for. Sometimes it's positive, sometimes it's negative. If you spray 48 times, I don't know how positive that reaction is gonna be.
60% of the time, it works every time.
But let's roll, man. Fucking music so I can put you on to 10 head-whipping, attention-grabbing designer fragrances that you may want to sample. Blessing morning, my beautiful peoples. You know who it is. It's your boy, C to the U to the B to the A. Now take my recommendations with a grain of salt, fam. This is just my opinion, but I think they have different characteristics and sexy energy about them that will get compliments. Now, a lot of these fragrances are probably listed on other people's top 10, most complimented, perfect scents, etc., etc. So you can use that as maybe extra confirmation that it might be something you want to test out on your skin. But ultimately, at the end of the day, your skin makes the final determination along with your nose and how the receptors in your brain fire off if that shit is truly your type of scent. Like, for example, 𝗙𝗂𝗂𝗀 𝗕𝗂𝐿 Elixir. Like, for me, this was a random buy. I went into Sephora, I tried it on skin, and I absolutely left. Once walking around the mall and spending thousands upon thousands of dollars on my wife.
When they ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine.
It was probably like 30, 40 bucks. We went to like Forever 21. She thinks she's young. I found myself continuously sniffing, and it being an addictive factor. And I'm like, shit, this 𝗙PG actually smells pretty decent on me. So I always tell people, like, I'm not a fan of 𝗙PG, but I'm slowly becoming an appreciator of some of their fragrances. At this point, I think out of the collection of 50, I like 3. So if I put a 𝗙PG as an attention-grabbing, I like this kind of scent profile, that should speak volumes to those who've been following me for years. But you decide yourself, run into a Sephora, test this out, and see what kind of attention it garners for you. Next one. A polarizing scent, but I think it's gorgeous and it's so different from anything else on this list. Tom Ford's Black Lacquer, that I think it's gonna get a decent amount of attention. Now, is it gonna be positive or negative? I'm hoping positive. But if you're around some basic ass shorties and those are the attention you're trying to get, they might find this off-putting. It is very vinyl, inky, slightly boozy, and uniquely incensey, but I think it's absolutely beautiful. I have garnered attention from this fragrance. I don't think it was bad. And I think it was an absolute gorgeous release by the house of Tom Ford, but it's my personal taste. Sample before you buy. This is a fragrance that you can potentially go to the department store and try out, or just get yourself a sample and see what type of energy. But I truly feel that this will get you some attention. Next one. I know for a fact Jazz Club is gonna get you attention. This shit is just a gorgeous scent. There's nothing like. Come on, Maison Margiela hit it out of the park with this. This has to be in their top 2 or top 3 of their best ones. In that Sephora checklist of amazing fragrances, this should be, if not already, up there as amazing. It's boozy, it's smoky, it's loungy, it's sexy, it's dress up, it has casual energy. It's so versatile and so beautiful that I think this is an overly slept on fragrance. It took me a while to just get this fragrance because I used to just do 8 mil, 10 mil, until I finally mustered up the courage and found a decent discount to pick this shit up and just have it in my collection. If you take a beautiful, slightly peaty whiskey fragrance, add the laid back smoking cigar situation, and not be in a clubby type vibe, but more of a lounge experience, that's what Jazz Club is. Absolutely will get you attention. Next one. Some people like to be loud and ultra obnoxious. And that Invictus Parfum will definitely do it to you. Sweet, loud, semi-piercing, attention-grabbing, doesn't require a ton of sprays. If you are an oversprayer, that's on you. I've never understood personally the overspraying aspect. That doesn't work for me or any of the circles that I've ever been. That always garnered the negative attention of, damn, who bathed in this shit? Or, wow, I got a fucking headache. Like, the worst thing you can possibly do is overspray and be in a room of people and then a shorty just goes, like, while talking to you and trying not to be rude, just start massaging her temples because she's just like, this dude is making me nauseous with his scent. And if you don't know how to read the room, you stupid, because it's probably about you.
What is that? It smells like a turd covered in burnt hair.
Now, the good thing about Invictus Parfum, is that it's a freshie that's sweet. And freshies do tend to get a lot more compliments because it's just a safer scent profile. People like more the aquatic-y, salt watery, airy, clean, sage-ish, lavender, and this one has a bumped up sweetness to help maybe offset or add a little extra to that. This is definitely in that fuckboy space, but those fuckboy fragrances do tend to get a lot of compliments, especially in the right environment. This is definitely like I'm heating up, I'm dancing, I'm in an exclusive spot, I'm in VIP. You get that kind of scent profile in there because you want everybody to know that you're wearing this fragrance, and this has incredible performance, a lot of fuckboy youthful party style energy, and will definitely turn a couple of heads. Next one. Now when you talk about the wanted DNA, the most wanted Eau de Parfum Intense seems to be doing a beautiful job on the skin, especially now in fall time, at least here in New York. Oh, that chilly morning. This shit is a whole fucking vibe. You know, with my kind of like snootiness sometimes when it comes to indie niche fragrances and shit like that, I sometimes forget the designer space has some hidden gems. There's a lot of redundancy and shit that's already kind of boring or synthetic-y, but there's some pieces that just absolutely hit. And let's be fucking clear, to remove myself and bring me down to reality, nobody gives a flying fuck about synthetic, naturals, designer, niche, clone. 95% of the people don't live in this fragrance space. They just know what they like. Not one person is gonna be like, ah, he's wearing a designer. Ah, is that a clone? Ew. Not one ever in life.
He ain't lying.
So you're living in a matrix, a fake world of fragrance. Motherfuckers just wanna know, yo bitch, am I smelling good? Yay or nay? I don't? Next, am I smelling good? Yay or nay? I don't? Then this shit gotta go in the garbage because none of these shorties is checking for me. That's the real world, not this fake frag-com bubble. When you in the train and shorty gives you a little glance over, hey, the fragrance did it. You look kinda good, your fit is on point. That's reality. Oh, not really either, because shorties in the train got the meanest stank face and they're just like, duh, so I've been told.
I am very disappointed. Very.
But who's gonna be mad at a sexy cardamonic fragrance that almost smells edible? You're gonna get a head whip. Just don't look like shit or have a t-shirt with holes in it when you're trying to do it. Next one. I should have caught on to this scent sooner. Bion Eau de Parfum Intense. I don't know how many people dropped the video before I did, but when I bought the entire lineup, I was like, yo, 40 bucks here, 50 bucks here, 30 something dollars here. Why are these shits so cheap? They gotta be ass. Then I started smelling and I'm like, yo, each one is sexy in its own right, but this one for me is the shining star of masculinity. This gives me the kind of energy that 𝗙𝗎𝗔 gives me as far as that classy, dressed up Richard Gere type energy. I want that CE flow kind of sophistication and handsomeness, and this is the type of office safe fragrance that I would kick any 𝗙𝗧𝙀𝗀𝗀 in the fucking ovaries to make room for this piece. A gorgerific, masculine, sexy, corporate, elegant scent profile that can easily command a $200 price point, but luckily in the gray market, it lives in that sub $60 space. Just shop it around. I think with hype, it's gonna develop and increase a little bit more if there is any kind of hype on this other than mine, but this shit is fucking delicious. Attention, definitely from like a MILF. This latest release by Hugo Boss Bottle Absolute, I thought is absolutely beautiful. Very elegant, definitely fall and winter forward. Ambery, smoky, myrrh, a little suede action, very handsome. The performance is 60% of the time, it does a lot better than others, but y'all ain't scared to overspray. Most of y'all motherfuckers be hitting on some 8 to 10 sprayers lightweight, and especially in the cold weather, forget the skin, just hit the fucking apparel. Granted, you might have to dry clean the shit after unless you want this to be the signature scent for that coat, sweater, or scarf, but this is very handsome, super elegant, in that Boss sexy corporate dressed up kind of vibe. Although Boss nowadays, the brand, is trying to attract and bring over that younger demographic, back like when Tommy Hilfiger was doing it in the 90s and shit, trying to incorporate the hood youth. It's still that same energy, and I think Boss is trying to do that with this Absolute shit, or trying to kind of encompass a little bit of like niche style energy in a designer fragrance, which I think they did a splendid job. This will get you a little bit of a, especially in the fall. Talk about it grows on you. 19 Degrees by 𝗐𝗎 with the cool fucking top and the switch on it made a motherfucker get a 𝗐𝗎 travel bag. True story. It definitely is in that bubble of the Aventus-y kind of space, but not a clone, not a one-to-one. It definitely develops into its own peppery, spicy bergamot fragrance with mild hints of that pineapple-ish energy, kind of like that syrupy style, but beautifully wearable. The pepper actually comes a little bit more forward, and subliminally off my skin, I do pick up essences of like saffron and rhubarb. So it's kind of like this sweet bergamot, yet with a little bit of a dry element and some spiciness. The performance on this one seems to be pretty good. There's some websites that still ask for a crazy amount for this fragrance, so definitely gray market this shit, sample it if you can. But I think this will definitely garner that attention because there's zero offensive nature about this joint. It performs fairly well. And listen, on my skin, does pretty fucking good. Prada Luna Rosa Black. I think it's like the Luna Rosa date night fragrance. The courtship scent. The, how do you not get compliments with this? Beautiful, uncomplicated. Definitely fancy, definitely sexy, definitely leans cold weather, definitely enjoyed by a bunch of women, including my wife, who absolutely despises a lot of fragrances. She's an overall hater, and I gotta respect her and love her for it. But she is who she is. That's why I can't overspray either, because she will stab me right in the jugular and make sure that while I'm bleeding out that I don't do it on the carpet. Spicy Latinas, bro. What do you want me to tell you?
Where were you last night?
You're that crazy? You took a picture of my mileage?
Last night.
Oh my God.
But if you have not tried this fragrance and see the potential that this scent has to garner you the compliments that you're looking for and that, damn, pa, try it, go to the store, 48 sprays, do a couple of laps, and then let me know in the comments. And finally, the smoky deliciousness of Stronger With You Intensely. What can I say? There's so many fucking Stronger With You energies. This one is like Thanksgiving in a fucking fragrance. Spicy, beautiful cinnamon kind of nutmeg energy. The amber essence here is absolutely gorgerific. Still airy, still light, still inviting, very sexy, very handsome. And I selected this one particularly because I like how it smells on me. But with the Stronger With You lineup, it's kind of like roll the dice and you can pick one off that nobody's really gonna be mad at. It's something about this one and the spiciness that does off my skin that I feel like, And I recently got a compliment from my neighbor, so that's a plus. Uncomplicated in the designer space. Are these the end-all be-all of all designer fragrances that can potentially garner you attention? No, these are the ones that I've selected today that I found to be very sexy, that I've gotten compliments from, that I feel that have a decent amount of performance and have that head-turning capability to garner you the attention that you're looking for. But once again, my skin is different from your skin. Always test before you buy to see if it's your type of flow. No matter the hype of an influencer, what commercial you see, Brad Pitt's balls hanging on a bus depot, it doesn't fucking matter. If it doesn't smell good on you and it doesn't work for you, then it just don't work. But these are just some recommendations from a dude who smelled a couple of fragrances in his life. I love y'all mother suckers from the heart. Which one of these fragrances are you into, or which is one that's a guaranteed head turner in your collection? I'll see y'all bitches next time. You know who it is, biggest in the game. Smooches.
Hey, for all the chicks that got dead in the penthouse suite on top of my mom's crib. It's nonsense, you never get in. It's nonsense that you would think that you would.